I've noticed a lot of women hate the truth in regards to stuff like this. Telling like, as I'm a consumer of women, right? Like we are in the dating market. Women consume men, men consume women. I'm a consumer. And as a consumer, there's things that I want and that things that I don't want, right? So for example, I'm not going to buy a vehicle with 800,000 miles on it. Built in 1985. It's a bad idea. Newer sounds nice. I might lease it. I might use it as a business expense. Let's see what's on the lot type of deal. Okay? But they don't like the fact that men are allowed to have standards. And it's always been this way. It's not anything new. You know, that was a quote out of Kevin Samuels as well. R.I.P. the GOAT, Kevin Samuels. Does anybody remember Kevin Samuels? My spidey senses tell me somebody took him out. I know they said he died of a heart attack, but that's just my intuition. But point being is that the boomers don't get it. A lot of the older crowd don't get it. Even friends that I've had or friends that are still married, they still don't get it. You try to explain this type of stuff to them. This is what you're walking into. You're walking into a house of horror, a house of knives, and you're trying not to get stabbed. But there's really sharp, really big knives everywhere. You know, it's interesting. Despite my dad disagreeing with me on most of this stuff, I actually red-pilled him recently. He calls me maybe like a week or so ago, and he says, "Son, I think you might be onto something. Well, ever since you told me that men today act like women and women act like men, I can't stop seeing it. It's everywhere. All the men act like women, they act feminine. All the women act like men, they're masculine. Welcome to the 21st century, Dad. Welcome. Times have changed. Have a seat." As you know how all the boomers, they go to a coffee shop, they lean back on their chair, they pull the lid off the coffee because they don't drink the coffee with the lid on, they take the lid off. And as the black coffee or black tea is like steaming, they take a sip. Then they sit down. Class is in session. Welcome to the 21st century. Enjoy your coffee. You know, I was dating this girl over the summer. She was a model. Kevin Samuels would disagree. I would give her a 7. I guess Kevin Samuels would say she's a 6, but I would say she's a 7. Very, very attractive woman. And I remember her telling me she's tired of the dating market because all men just want to date her because they want to have a model by their side. They want to have a woman by their side and say, hey, this is a model. And to a degree, that is true. But at 26, ma'am, your eggs are over easy trending towards scrambled. You're going to get a very, very rude awakening and a very rude wake-up call at 30 when you start realizing that this is not going to be the way it is forever. And then you go and look at her Instagram. And again, a lot of these gorgeous women, they have huge Instagram followings. I think she had like 5,000, 6,000 Instagram followers. And then you look at all the carousels, it's just like ass shots, jug shots, ass shots, bikini shots. I remember I told this exact story to another model, and she was saying, it's funny, she kind of gave me the secret sauce. She says, oh, it's tough dating models. We are all attention seekers. You have to provide a lot of attention to make up for what we had in our modeling career that we don't have anymore. And I thought to myself, it's pretty spot on. It's pretty spot on. Nail on the head. Most of these women, they want to be a wife, but not fulfill the job description of being a wife. So they want the Instagram carousel photo. They want the proposal, the ring, the wedding day, the wedding dress, the Instagram reel, the whole montage, the power edit of the big day in their big, beautiful white dress and their butterfly tattoos hanging off the back of their neck. But are they prepared to actually be wives? Are they prepared to serve a man and as the man is going to serve his woman? It's you and I, for better or for worse, till death do us part. Sickness and health, rich or for poor. They say those words, but do they actually fulfill them? No, sir. Waiter, check, please. You know what's funny? There's another girl I was dating. We were in Calgary. We're staying at a hotel, and they're having a huge wedding on one of like the ballrooms. And she says, "Oh, do you want to go sneak in?" I said, "Yeah, let's go see if I can sneak a Diet Coke out of there, like a Coke Zero." They had an open bar. And she said, "Oh, isn't that beautiful? They're getting married." And I said, "Yeah. I wonder what that'll look like in 7 years." She said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Oh, they'll probably pull the pin in about 7 years. She's going to hate him, try to take half of his shit. It's going to be a whole mess. And then they spent all this money on this big, beautiful wedding, all to throw out the shit and burn the photos. And then she's probably going to use those photos, crop him out, and then put it on her dating profile on Hinge or Bumble," which is pretty true. You see actually quite a bit of that. It's just scary. But when women want the ring and they want to get married, they put in a lot of effort. And then it seems like when they get the ring, it's almost like at the end of the video game, like, okay, I'm done. I am handing in my 2 weeks notice and I'm mailing it in. Have you ever heard the joke, what is the one food group that makes a woman stop putting out? wedding cake. Game's over. Pack up the tent. Let's go home. We are roommates now. What do we have? Well, we have our mutual love of frozen yogurt. What do? I guess we talk about Vampire Diaries. Yeah, that sounds fun. Sounds a lot of fun. There's most of the women are so attention driven. It just destroys their attention span, their ability to focus on one relationship and give you their undivided attention. There are some that can do it, but a lot of them can't. And there's another girl I dated over the summer. I would objectively say she's an 8, drop dead gorgeous. She was Latina, very spicy. And dated her over the summer, and she was hands down the biggest attention seeker out there. And I know that she's not even the worst. There's a gym in Vancouver that she would work out at called House Concepts. The House Concepts, whatnot. Basically, essentially, all the attention-seeking fit chick women work out there. It has great lighting. You're allowed to film there, and all these workout Instagram fit chick videos come out of there. It is a very aesthetically pleasing building, I will say that. But so many of them work out there, and you can bundle so many of them into this category. It's fascinating. But anyway, so